Tennessee, UGA, a massive matchup. Listen, I'm a little bit pissed about this because my kids start soccer this week and they're done by about 11:30. And I was looking at flights to Knoxville, leaving at 2 and getting into Knoxville like 4. Direct flights, $120 round trip. I was like, I can make the game. I'm going to go up. As soon as their soccer games are over, I'm going up. And then I realized this was a 3:30 kickoff. And I was like, how is this not 8 p.m.? Like, what are we doing? I looked the entire time. I'm booking flights I didn't actually book them, but I'm like clicking into the flights to book them, not realizing this was an early kickoff. So I'm a little bit pissed that this is an 8 o'clock because I literally got the thumbs up and the go ahead from my wife, which is rare because I'm out of town like every weekend. But I was like, look, I'll go to the games and then I'll go up. She's like, whatever, do what you want. And so whoever scheduled this at 3:30 can, not on my Christmas list. But SEC first. So Cole, I know you just went, but Tennessee, Georgia. Can the Vols pull up the upset here?
It's really interesting because this is a game that's usually played at the end of the season or at least in the middle part of the year. So you have a little bit more of an understanding of who these rosters are. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? We still technically don't know what it is right now for either side. I think that Tennessee, with the explosive passing attack that we've noticed with Joey Aguilar at quarterback, massive win in favor of the Vols. The deep ball is back in Neyland, and that is a blessing that Rocky Top has been praising the name of number 6 since he arrived. The Puerto Rican missile has been the launching plays every single opportunity, and he has delivered. The other thing is that I think that you have a more balanced rushing attack for Tennessee. One thing that I worried about last season was you were the Dylan Sampson show. It was just a one-man wrecking crew, and if he was not moving the ball, you had no shot. Well, now you're seeing it with Star Thomas, and you're watching it with Peyton Lewis, and you're seeing it with Deshaun Bishop, and every single one of these running backs has a role that's eerily similar to that team in 2022 with Hendon Hooker that felt like if he doesn't get hurt, they could be a college football playoff team. They could certainly be a threat to win a national title because of what their offense was. For Georgia, the physicality is back. Like, we're going to overreact to the Austin Peay game. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to doubt Kirby Smart, by all means, do so at your own risk. And I cannot wait for you to be wrong. Because the physicality that was missing last year in the trenches on both sides of the ball is very well on display. And I do think that you have some questions when it comes to Gunnar Stockton, but also there are some questions when it comes to just the offensive play design of Mike Bobo. And right now, they're not seeing eye to eye. They're certainly not on the same wavelength. And this is a matchup where you have got to be able to deliver. I think that you have the weapons that are really, really good that will elevate the status of what is this passing attack from a season ago. I think that you have a defense that is good enough to shut down what has been a very potent passing game for the likes of this Tennessee roster for weeks on end. So you got to feel content about this game being maybe a lot of unknown that is very promising. The other thing that's really important here is that Ricky Gibson and Jamad McCoy, the two cornerbacks for Tennessee, are not going to be playing in this matchup. So if I'm Tennessee, what I'm trying to do is I want to corral the box. I want to throw an 8. I want to take away their run game. I want to see Gunnar Stockton beat me through the air. I want him to prove that he has got that arm. They got the weapons. They got the mentality to win in the passing attack. And on the flip side, if I'm Tennessee, if I'm Georgia, I want to see them be able to constantly run the football between the trenches. Because I want to take away that deep ball game. I don't want Braylon Staley. I don't want Chris Brazell. I don't want Mikey Matthews. I don't want Miles Kitzelman winning 18, 25 yards downfield. The explosive plays have got to be pedestrian. I want you to out-physically gain me if I am Georgia. And they can do so because they have 3 running backs that can work. But this is going to be a major test for the offensive line of Tennessee. This is going to be a major test for what could be a very good balanced defensive line. And I just feel like right now, Georgia has the more depth when it comes to their overall persona. Offensive line, defensive line, they feel like a more complete team. It doesn't mean that Tennessee can't win this football game. I think Georgia is going to come showing up for a rock fight. I think Tennessee is going to have to take those couple of jabs that knock you out of your wilderness to where you can take those body blows. That's going to be their brand of fight. And I think that it could work. Whoever ends up having the more explosive plays, I think is going to win this football game. And it may end up being Gunnar Stockton with Zachariah Branch. Because remember, Zachariah Branch comes on in. He takes a 7-yard slant pounder. That's going 70 yards if you give him the opportunity to.
I will give Sleeper some love just very quickly. We picked some of these last week. I don't have the picks. We'll recap it on Wednesday. But I do just quickly want to tell people about Sleeper. Use our code CFA to get 100% match up to $100. Now, terms and conditions apply. Make sure you check out their terms of use. What's really cool in here, and we should do this on College Football Addiction, you can't do it in college, but they have eliminator leagues. They have pick'em leagues. They have a ton of different stuff that you can do fantasy-wise during not just college football or not just the NFL, but literally I saw some stuff for Barcelona and like La Liga and stuff, and I'm sure they'll do it for the NBA and NHL and all that too. So maybe we'll do like a pick 'em or something through here and give away some tickets. So stay tuned for that. But Sleeper, more than just the more or less game that we play on Wednesdays, go check them out. Go make some money with us if you can. And also, I really have enjoyed their score bug feature. They do a good job with the just updating you on the games. I know people hate the 4-letter networks score tracker for just everything college football, ESPN, whatever. I hate how the ESPN one always defaults back to the top 25 because to start the year, my team wasn't in the top 25. But I hate that. I want to see all the games. You can set the defaults on here, which is a big deal to me. So go check out the Sleeper app. Appreciate them. Cole, Tennessee starts these games really well. And when I was asked about this game earlier today, my biggest key, and I want you to correct me or give me your take on this. My biggest key was that they just got to finish. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they got up 14-3 in this game because they seem to do it every freaking year against Georgia. They start really well, they start fast, and then not for some reason, Kirby's a master at adjustments, and they usually have better talent. But for that reason alone, for those reasons, Georgia always finds their way back, and they always kind of sneak this thing out in the end, and usually it's not even typically super close in the end. If Tennessee could finish, and I don't know if that means you hold stuff back for the second half. I mean, I thought, Gus did a good job of that, holding the wheel route back until the second half against Bama, and they were able to extend a lead. I don't know if Heupel needs to kind of change the way he approaches that or just what the thought would be. But, man, if they could finish a little bit better and they could have some of those explosives later in the game as opposed to early, that's where I think they would have a little more success. But Tennessee always seems to jump out early in these big-time matchups. They finished against Bama last year. Again, we wonder, maybe Bama wasn't that good, so maybe that's fine. But if they can find a way to stay in front and finish the game a little bit more, I'll have a lot more confidence. Until I see it, though, it's hard to imagine them doing it against UGA's secondary.
The thing that is going to be really important in this game, and the number that you have to know, is 17. Now, why do you need to know 17? Because in every year, except for 2020, the COVID season, Tennessee has been held to 17 points or fewer on offense. That's just the key. Can you get over the 17 marker? Are you able to have a more explosive passing attack, or are you able to consistently move the ball, win the time of possession, have those explosive plays, and then get into the end zone? Finish drives. Because that's been an area where Kirby Smart has cooked, has been phenomenal against Josh Heupel, against Jeremy Pruitt, against Butch Jones. Tennessee has a Kirby Smart problem. They don't have a George problem. They have a Kirby Smart problem. They've been losing to Kirby since he got to campus in 2016. Can you be able to find more consistency on the offensive attack? Because if you do, then by all means, you may end up having a phenomenal season. Because I really do like this wide receiver room. I like Joey Aguilar. I like this defensive front. You just got to be able to score. You simply do. And right now, it's a big, big, big question mark. Massive question mark if you can get past that 17-point marker.
Tom, you got a score in this one?
Definitely give me the under. I saw 15 and a half.
If it doesn't hit, will you drink apple cider vinegar?
I'm not drinking that shit. That's disgusting. I'm not doing that.
Michigan wins. How about this? Michigan wins more than 9 games. You have to drink it. They go 10-2.
If they go 10-2, yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah,
we need one for me. We need to figure one out for me.
Oh,
but we can do that.
We'll think about it. We'll give it a little time. Yeah, give me the under here. I like Georgia 24-14.
Cole?
Something is weird about this game, and I don't know if it's just the timing, if it's the fact that it's early on in the year, it's an unknown when it comes to Gunnar Stockton, or it's a gotta-have moment for Josh Heupel. I think this game goes to overtime, and I think Tennessee walks it off. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take Tennessee with the points because they're going to win. I just got this feeling that Joey Aguilar, doubted, unknown, people constantly wrote off the Vols going into this season, 8-4, maybe 9-3 at best. Something tells me that the streak is going to come to an end. I got a final score of 23-20. I think this is going to be very low scoring, but you get the last score to be able to go ahead and come out on top in Rocky Top.
Every time I pick against Kirby Smart, he wins. Every time I pick with him, they find a way to blow it. So I would like to see the upset here. I just don't know that I have faith in it. But if you are following along, I'm usually wrong. So give me Georgia 24-17. I think it's a super close game, and they just make a couple more plays to get over the top. I do think this will be a fun one. I think Notre Dame, Texas A&M, we'll talk about on Wednesday. But that'll be a fun one too. This to me screams game of the week, and so which is why I guess game day is there, because West Virginia let us down for the brawl. But I do think that